Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip, and today we are doing a live stream. I got my partner Blacksea with us here today. We're both here, both live. How you doing, Blacksea?
I'm doing great, man. I'm excited for our first live stream together.
Beautiful. It's a glorious day in crypto. You know what? I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, my brother. We are here in the U.S. We celebrated that. If y'all don't celebrate Thanksgiving out there, I hope you had a wonderful week and getting ready for the new week ahead. Blacksea and I have been talking a lot. We do see some upcoming volatility, potentially looking for a breakout in CRO Coin. We're going to talk a little bit about that and more in today's video. There's a lot of drama going on in crypto. We all know about the FTX fallout right now, but there's a little more to it, guys. There's some people starting to talk, a couple stories, a couple controversies that I want to go over with you guys here in today's video. If you guys like this kind of content, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're doing 4 videos every day. One of those now is going to be a live stream, and we're going to keep that coming for you guys. At the end of this video, we will be doing a super chat, so make sure, we will be doing a Q&A, so make sure you guys leave some super chats, leave some comments, and we will have an open dialogue with you guys here on this video. Super exciting stuff. So without further ado, I guess, Blacksea, let's get into it. Let's take a peek here just to start on what we got going on here in the charts. So looking at an $842 billion market cap right now for crypto, which is pretty good. We've been just trading sideways. We've just been trading sideways. Bitcoin at $16,500, Ethereum at $1,200. Let's see where CRONOS is right now. Looking at 6.5 cents. So same old here. Now, Blacksea, I mean, earlier today, you were looking at these charts here. You're calling a breakout, aren't you?
Yeah, we're definitely been trading in a asymmetrical triangle for a little while now, and we're definitely getting close. I would like to say that probably in the next monthly candle close, we'll probably have a breakout, if not sooner. But I could see that the volume is still going to stay pretty low until we meet that monthly candle close. But once we do, we definitely are going to have a breakout to the upside or the downside. Could happen either way. Probably a lot depending on whether or not the Federal Reserve is being hawkish or dovish. So I'm eager to see what's going on with that. But yes, we definitely are going to be having a breakout sooner than later.
That's a great point, man. And actually, I want to talk about that for a minute. You're talking about the Federal Reserve. In case some of you don't know, here in December right now, and Blacksea and I talk about this all the time, the Fed, they're coming out with another FOMC meeting, and there will be another announcement of whether or not we're going to be raising interest rates again at a 0.7%. 0.75% interest rate hike, or lower it to a 0.5% interest rate hike, which honestly, Blacksea, we talked a little bit about this. It looks like they are going to be going towards that 0.5% interest rate hike. Do you think that could be, the catalyst that brings us back above? I mean, clearly 7.5 cents has been some resistance, but on a bigger time frame, if we look at like the daily, you think we can get back above this 15-cent level on some of that Fed news and the interest rates? Or do you think it's going to take more than that? You think we're kind of stuck in the Bitcoin game?
Well, first off, let me say that this isn't the first time that everyone thought that the Fed is going to pivot.
Right.
It's maybe even the third time, I would say, or maybe even the fourth time. And, I do think that we are getting to the point where risk-on assets are starting to become more of a opportune buy. However, It definitely depends on whether or not the Fed pivots. And this has been happening where, people have been talking, the word on the street, as I would like to call it, is people are saying that, oh, well, CPI came down. It's looking like we could potentially pivot. And, a pivot could be not from a 0.75 to 0.5. Some people are thinking that, we might just cut the rates. I don't agree with that at all.
Right.
But
yeah, I don't know. I don't see that coming. Like, we can't cut the rate. It's got to be, they got to do it over time. I think you get a 0.5, 0.25, something like that. And over time.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. We need to taper, definitely. But I do think that there is a high chance that we do reach that point 0.5 basis point rate hike, which is definitely dovish. Seeing them get cut is very, very bullish for crypto.com. And now the second part of your question is if we could reach the 12-cent range. And, you know, if risk on assets start rallying and we start to see some bullish momentum, I think that there's definitely a possibility of us breaking above 10 cents. That is kind of the resistance level that I've been looking at. We've been kind of trading between the 5.5 cent range and the 9.75 range of crypto.com CRO Coin. So if the Federal Reserve really does pivot, I say that in quotation marks, pivot or lighten up, be a little bit more dovish, then I think there's totally a possibility of us breaking above 10 cents.
Yeah, and shout out Harry Newt, we see you in the chat. Thanks for joining us, brother. Much appreciated. Nazar Molohia, I think I said your name right. I hope. Sorry, Nazar. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Good to see you from London over there. But good point, Harry. I mean, maybe not even a pivot, maybe a pause, but that would be a little bit of a pivot though in my mind, right? Because at least it'd be different than the 0.75% interest rate hike. But you know, maybe they pause, maybe they just don't rate. But that would be very bullish.
I would like to actually interject right there because I over on the Blacksea Twitter, I posted a photo of the cost of shipping from Shanghai to Los Angeles a couple days ago, and it has come down significantly, almost back at the levels, pre-pandemic levels, which is extremely bullish for the overall economy. Which, if it's bullish for the overall economy, then risk-on assets become more of a prime investment. That's just something I wanted to throw out there.
Yeah, and it's great. I mean, that's a great point too. I mean, that's been one of the issues right now is just the cost of getting goods from overseas. I mean, this has been probably the biggest reason we are where we're at right now. But you know, in the short term, I'm gonna show this later. You did a video earlier today, Blacksea, where you showed a really specific, in the short term, potential breakout for CRO Coin. So we'll take a peek at that here later on. But let's look at some of these stories of what we got going on. Before we do, I just want to let you guys know, when we hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel, we're going to give away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. What up, Zachary Brooks? I see you out in the chat there, my brother. Thanks for joining us here today. Now, we're at almost 5,000 subscribers, so make sure you guys subscribe, because when we hit 10K subs, you got a chance to get $1,000 worth of Bitcoin from us. And we do, like I said, look at all these videos. 4 videos every single day between me and my partner, Blacksea. But good to be with you guys here. In case you're just tuning in, this is our first live stream ever, so very exciting times, but we'll keep the stories coming at you. Speaking of stories, Blacksea, Sam Bankman-Fried, is he going to jail?
Oh man. You know, I really hope so. He stole billions of dollars from people. Nobody's really talking about it except for people in the space. I mean, really, the people that should be talking about it, that actually have, some manpower to do something about this absolute fraud, aren't doing anything.
Right.
And, I'll throw it out there. BitBoy Crypto, man. Ben, doing the people's work, Some love him, some hate him, but I think it's pretty incredible what he's actually doing, and it's quite surprising.
It's exciting. I'm so excited about that, Blacksea. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to show some of the tweets. What a story. I mean, he did a live stream down in the, we're going to dive into that, but looking at an update for his Twitter right now, can you believe that he's actually going to be speaking with Andrew Skorkin, who he created a very, very I can't remember the name of there's a series that was on Netflix at one point, very, very famous, really great TV series that Andrew Skorkin made. He's an author, and it's no big deal. We're just going to get together and we're going to give SBF a platform. And there was some rumors about him going to some big convention in New York, potentially, just unbelievable. But we're not really seeing, we're just not really seeing right now any action and discipline coming towards Sam Bankman-Fried and his actions. A matter of fact, can you believe this Kevin O'Leary story? Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary claimed he'd still invest in the FTX founder. Hey, I see you there, Nazar. Thanks for the shout out on the loaded lion. We'll talk more about that later. We are excited. We are very, very excited. Also posed a question for you guys out there. We love this NFT space for CRONOS. If you have any others that we should look at, please let us know in the chats below. We'll take a peek at that in the channel. Thanks for putting that up there, Blacksea. That's great. That's fantastic. But Kevin O'Leary, I mean, he would still invest in Sam Bankman-Fried for whatever reason, and it doesn't make any sense. And a lot of people are BitBoy. I got to shout out BitBoy. BitBoy's been talking about this and calling out Kevin O'Leary, and he thinks there's something sinister going on, and maybe there's something else to this. Now, none of this is actually, this is unsubstantiated claims at this point, but it's interesting to see, how this story plays out with Kevin O'Leary, because in the meantime, you've got his cohort. Can you believe this? His cohort, Mark Cuban, says that he'd be afraid of going to jail for a long time if he were Sam Bankman-Fried. I mean, how would you feel, Blacksea? Is Mark Cuban right here? Are we crazy for thinking Sam Bankman should be in jail? The Bankman should get some jail time?
I think definitely not. We definitely want to make sure we see all the facts. There's definitely a chance that SBF was just a face and wasn't really pulling the strings. There's definitely a chance of that. And, you won't really get the full truth until somebody goes to court and all the evidence gets pulled. But we'll see if that even happens. That really needs to happen. That really, really needs to happen. But, it hasn't yet, and that's very worrisome, in my opinion.
It's worrisome, but don't worry for long, because BitBoy Crypto's on the job. Ben is absolutely, he's a star in the space. He's one of the biggest YouTubers. He's been around since, I think, even before the 2016 bull run, or maybe he started back in the 2016, 2017 bull run for crypto. And he is just, let's call him out, let's call it out here. He called out Sam Bankman-Fried. He called it out. He was months leading up to it, at least a month, if not a couple months leading up to this whole FTX collapse. He was talking about Sam Bankman-Fried, and he was talking about the crypto bill, because whether you know it or not, Ben Armstrong and BitBoy Crypto team was putting up some legislation. They were actually drafting documents with actually people in the government to get some legislation going on crypto, so that it didn't crush crypto, but that so crypto gets regulated so that it can broaden the mainstream, and then crypto adoption can truly happen. Because, like it or not, regulation's coming, right? And in order to get that regulation and mainstream crypto adoption happening, we're going to need something. Now Ben was trying to put something together that was going to help crypto, but apparently the story goes that Sam Bankman-Fried stole the legislation that Ben was proposing, and Ben was just not having it, and he went out and he made it public, and he came after Sam Bankman-Fried, and look where we are today. He was right. Sam Bankman-Fried did not have crypto's best interests in heart. Sam Bankman-Fried did not have the crypto users' best interests at heart, given the fact that he's, what was the number? Blacksea, what do you got? $10 billion? Is that what he stole? What do we know?
I think the number is starting to lean back towards 8 billion, but honestly, what is a $2 billion difference when it comes to stealing $8 billion or $10 billion? It's absolutely incredible. It's an obscene amount of money. But I got two things to say. First off, watching this Twitter post right here, guys, if you're in the crypto space, tell me in the comments or in the chat, are we not in a movie right now? This is absolutely absurd what's going on. And second off, please smash up that like button, guys. We got 22 people watching. Let's get to 20 likes. I would love to see 20 likes for our first live stream with Crypto Kip and I. We're super excited to be here and be talking with the community. Smash up that like button, guys.
Smash it up. Well said. Well said. And so also, people are starting to talk about Sam Bankman-Fried having, what is it now? I think they're saying 120. First, the number is like $120 million worth of real estate. That's on top of that $35 million mansion. And then some people were shouting out $300 million. Well, Ben Armstrong, he is the one doing something about Sam Bankman-Fried. Before he called him out, like we said, now he's down in the Bahamas at his beautiful, real estate setup over here. He's actually at his parents' properties right now, investigating what this real estate portfolio looks like. And in this video, he doesn't actually uncover it. He's still working on figuring out exactly what real estate they own. It's hidden under many corporations, and it's just very good to see that somebody's out there doing something. He put his money where his mouth is, and it's pretty cool to see. Ben's brought some controversy. People throw him some shade. Somebody's doing something. I'm happy to see him doing it. He's been in this space for a long time, and I think he has done a lot of good things, all things considered. But it's more than this, guys. There's much more than this. This was a really interesting tweet that I saw earlier today. And now you might be wondering, well, why isn't Sam Bankman-Fried in jail? Well, this is a really good fact. When I saw this, I had to show this on live stream today. He's calling it out, and this makes all the sense in the world. The reason he's not going to jail, SBF ain't going to jail yet, is because no Bahamian resident has filed a complaint for theft against SPF. This is why he hasn't been arrested by the police here. Because whether we want it to happen or not, guys, the U.S. government can't really go into the Bahamas and arrest Sam Bankman-Fried. It doesn't work like that. He's got to step foot on American soil, which is why the fact that he was talking about going to this, I think it was a New York Times conference in New York, was ridiculous to think about, that he would actually be stupid enough to go to New York. Now, it doesn't look like he is stupid enough to do that. I don't think he's actually going to go. But let me say this. If a Bahamian resident gives some information to BitBoy, it looks like, according to this tweet, and if they file a complaint, they're going to put it public on Twitter, and the Bahamian authorities may actually end up going after Sam Bankman-Fried. And so he's trying to do something, guys. And so, we want folks that aren't good for crypto, like SBF, to be held accountable for their actions. Now, if he stole $8 billion, $10 billion, this or that, or he bought $130 million worth of real estate with customer funds, he needs to pay for his crimes, and he needs to be held accountable. And it's just good to see. Kudos to Ben for calling this out, guys. It's really, really crazy. Exchange Motors, I see it. Karma always catches up. I believe it. I'm with you. Zachary Brooks, I see you there saying, hit the like button if you love Crow. Glad you guys are with it. Question from Nazar. Doesn't the U.S. have an extradition treaty with the U.S.? That's a good question. I don't really know. It's an interesting point. I just think that they're not going to go out a limb to go get him. I think they're going to wait for him to step foot on soil, personally. Because keep in mind, guys, there's another reason why Sam Bankman-Fried might not be going to jail. Blacksea, you want to take this one? Why might Sam Bankman-Fried not be going to jail? Here. Why would the U.S. authorities not want to do that?
Yeah, so I think let's put our tinfoil hats on for a second here. It's not even really putting your tinfoil hat on and talk conspiracy, but if you have a platform and you have billions and billions of dollars, it would behoove you to probably create some allies with people in powerful places. And if you were to look at SBF and who he's donating and sponsoring, in quotation marks, it would make a lot more sense on why he's not in jail right now. He is the second largest donor to the Democratic and Joe Biden administration out of anybody. So the reason why I'm saying this is that's in the U.S., okay? Now, if he was doing that in the U.S., imagine how many people he's probably donated to in the Bahamas where he's living. I think that there's a lot of people that probably aren't so inclined to go and knock his door down and put him in jail. But that's a little bit of conspiracy. But if you put 1 and 2 together, it kind of starts to make sense.
But actually, great point. And to your point, I wanted to show this. I had to go back to Ben's Twitter because look at this golf cart. This is on the property in the Bahamas. This golf cart has an FTX logo on it. And this isn't Sam's golf cart. This is at the facility. So to your point, who did he pay in the Bahamas to? It's a great question. And this is exactly actually what he's talking about it as well. He's even saying, now this is a BitBoy quote, so none of this is confirmed, guys, yet. But I can tell you everyone within a mile of this property is in on the conspiracy. So put on the tinfoil hat and, just think about it. It's very bizarre. And clearly,
I need to interject on that, actually.
Please.
We say with these disclaimers of you need to put a tinfoil hat on, but it's kind of just staring at you right in front of your face. Like it's just staring at you. It's so obvious. I mean, you it says FTX on the golf cart at this sports facility. Like, come on, guys. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Like I said, if you've been in the crypto space, like we're living in a movie right now. It's absolutely absurd.
Reggie, you're asking no customers in the Bahamas. I don't know if that's the case. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see, folks. SBF Kyle Berry asking, SBF made the Bahamas biggest holders of ETH. I don't know about that one. We'll have to get back to you on that one, Kyle. But it's going to be very interesting to watch this story unfold. And we had to call out Ben here. Ben, BitBoy Crypto, spectacular job on that. But now here's a weird one. This is a newer one by Ben, and this is very interesting. Now, a lot of people have been throwing shade. Maybe not even a lot. A few people have been throwing shade at Binance and questioning Binance. And I think it's important to question everybody, right? I think all these leaders we need to hold accountable, and we need to be making sure that they're doing the right thing. People should have been looking more into Sam Bankman-Fried. Like, for example, we should have known that Sam Bankman-Fried had a $35 million mansion in the Bahamas before FTX collapsed. Like, that should have been something, before I invested in the exchange, I should have known that about him. But the fact that that wasn't out and about, that's concerning that we just didn't know that information. So the more information that gets put out, the better. But we also got to be careful about that information. And, we got to question things. Whether it's crypto.com, people question it. What happened with that? Look, the FUD actually made the project stronger. It made the project stronger. And, it was out of control. When you look into it then, after you see all the FUD, you see, whoa, wait, they're actually in a spectacular spot. The project looks great. Look at all the partnerships, all this. But people are starting to question Binance now too, which is very interesting to see. And this was a very, very interesting tweet by Ben. And I have not seen yet Ben come out and say anything about Binance and putting any controversy on Binance as of yet. But this one is a new story. So here's the tweet. I will tell you from what I've heard, the Catherine Coley situation could be very bad. Would love to be wrong about this. If you're a person who has information and verification of her whereabouts, I would love to see it. I want to make sure she is safe. Now, what he's referring to is he's commenting off this tweet from a fellow named Mike Alfred. And the story from Mike is Catherine Coley and Brian Brooks, two highly respected Binance.us executives, I looked into this, resigned suddenly under mysterious circumstances in 2021 after catching a glimpse into the inner workings at Binance. Brooks resigned just 3 months after starting, and Coley has not been seen since. This is kind of a spooky story when you really look at it. Now, nothing is confirmed here, and after putting out this tweet, Ben actually walked it back just a little bit and said, thank you to the people who sent the information on this. Verified she's fine. Happy to hear that. One of the nicest people he ever met in crypto. So she's fine, she's healthy, and she's okay. And so her life's not in danger. But what was interesting about the tweet is, guys, the inner workings at Binance are being called into question here. And that is something that nobody's really been talking about. We've talked a little bit about it here at the Crypto Report, because we just got to make sure that all these exchanges are in a good spot, right? We are a fan of the proof of reserves. We think it's a good thing for the crypto industry that they need to be more transparent and be showing the community exactly how they're operating with money. And it's good to know some of these inner workings, but I certainly hope that it's nothing bad. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think this is a nothing burger, Blacksea? Do you think there might be something more to this? Do you think it's too early to tell? Like, what are your thoughts on this right now?
Well, if I were to think about what's going on in the entire crypto industry right now, especially when it comes to exchanges because of all the ridiculousness with FTX, I think that everyone is just looking at all these exchanges underneath a microscope. And, people are saying, well, no one's really talking about Binance. I think we need a little bit more information on this one, but I will say that we should look into every exchange. I think that it's important to look into every single exchange and see what's going on, and make sure that everyone's held accountable for everything that they do, that they're not stealing user funds, not printing money out of thin air, and especially especially just not stealing user funds. Like that's literally the most important thing. If you want to go and leverage trade and whatnot, then you can go do that and you can make plenty of money doing that. And speaking of that, we have a Femex link below in the description. All you have to do is click the link, deposit, open a trade. You can get up to $4,100 in a free trading bonus, and you can make money off of leverage trading. But I think it's very inappropriate when an exchange is pushing liquidations and stop losses. I think that that's very inappropriate. And, that's personally why I like crypto.com so much, because it's not a hedge fund intermingled with a crypto exchange. It's a crypto exchange. They make money off of when you buy and sell crypto, they make money. They take a fee. That's how it should work. They should not be trying to liquidate your account when you're leverage trading. And there's a lot of exchanges that have been caught doing that. Not only FTX, but there are other exchanges. And I think all these exchanges should be looked underneath a microscope. And we need transparency. It's as simple as that. That's my thoughts on that.
Agreed. I want to pivot here. I want to talk a little bit about CZ here a little bit more. So we've talked about SPF. We've talked about exchanges. Let's dive into what's going on with CZ. So, very interesting that he's getting... Have you noticed how active he is on Twitter?
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to because he knows everybody's looking at him. Everybody's looking at all the CEOs of the crypto exchanges, and you know what? I love it. I love it. I love that these CEOs are being much more social media friendly and saying, "Hey, look, we're around," and trying to. But the pictures with important people and whatnot. But he's in this photo, I think he's trying to depict that he is doing the best for crypto adoption.
Yeah.
And he's trying to push crypto adoption. But, there's definitely also like, look at me, I'm a good guy. And it's just a little curious. That's all I'm going to say. I think that I don't have any facts behind Binance being a bad exchange. But I think everybody needs to be looked at. Simple as that.
I agree. I mean, it really seems like he's trying to paint a picture here, and that doesn't mean that he's bad or anything, but it's certainly interesting to see that he's really doubled, tripled down on his Twitter activity. This was an interesting thing with the world leader. And then he said to people below, he wanted folks to post their selfies as well. So I'm not going to go into it, but if you click on this tweet and you look in the chats, he requests anybody that's taken a selfie with him to post that selfie in the comments. And they did. And I looked through it on my own one time, and it's interesting. There's a lot of funny memes in there, of course. It's Twitter. That's hilarious. I love that. But it's very interesting to show, look, he took pictures with regular people. He's really trying to gain that trust back. And I think that it's very good that he's tweeting. But in that, I also think we got to be careful. And I don't want people over tweeting, right? Not going to get political here, but I'm going to say Donald Trump got himself in trouble for tweeting. And whether you agree or disagree, he tweeted a lot. And that drew some controversy towards him. Again, good or bad, doesn't matter. Elon Musk tweets a lot, and that brings controversy to him. Good or bad, didn't matter. With crypto, it feels a little different to me because you can move markets. For example, the tweet with the FTX comment, FTX fell out after that. Now, FTX deserved to fall out because it was no good, but it kind of fell out on behalf of, it kind of had to fall out because of the tweet from CZ. There's also another tweet that I saw from him where he talked a little bit about how he's going to start talking about his competition and be tweeting. And the quote would even be, here's the quote, would be, even if it's a false alarm. And that right there, that gets a little dangerous for me. I don't love to see that. I think we got to verify things before we go out and tweet them as if they're fact, or at least you got to be very specific and clarifying, this isn't confirmed. Just like we're doing on this stream where we're saying, look at Kevin O'Leary, this story isn't confirmed yet. We've got to still do some digging. I think those are important. And I think I would like to see CZ be more careful about that. And, for example, and I'm just going to do this really quick. I'm going to go over to Chris Marsliak. You look at his Twitter, and he's not really posting anything about any of that. He posts, if anything, boom, look at this beautiful soccer game from where crypto.com's got their ad. More FIFA World Cup. He retweets this, but he's not throwing shade at anybody. And what I'd like to see is these exchanges come together. I mean, obviously, let's weed out the bad exchanges, right? Let's get rid of all the FTXs of the world that are bad actors in the space. But I don't want a monopoly, right? I want healthy, friendly competition in the space. And so even though we're going to question CZ, we're not going to throw him under the bus. Binance is a fantastic token. BNB coin is performing spectacularly. Binance Smart Chain is awesome. Crypto.com, CRONOS, we love it. CRONOS Army, smash up the like button, subscribe. By the way, I see we got 39 viewers. We got 29 likes, 40 viewers now, 20 likes. Let's get those likes. How about we get up to 35 likes at least, huh? Let's try that out. But I'd like to see these guys, work together a little bit more. And kind of bring the community together instead of trying to drive more adoption towards their particular exchange. You get what I'm saying on that, Blacksea? Do you agree with that? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts?
I actually want to touch a little bit on how I think we should be. I don't want to be super negative about it, but I will say I think that we should be a little bit worried about CZ and him saying that he's going to make comments on basically competition if he's a little bit worried about them. Because if it's a false flag, it can do damage to the space and cause fear in the markets. And it makes the crypto industry look immature, and it makes the crypto industry look not trustworthy. I mean, guys, there was some tweets that CZ was saying that were pretty questionable, and they were targeted toward Crypto.com. Not directly. It's not like he was tagging them, but he was basically referring to CRO Coin, and he was saying how an exchange with a coin should be monitored, and you should be seeing what they're doing with it. And, he was talking about Crypto.com, and, it's funny because Binance has a BNB coin, but him saying that was referring to Crypto.com because he tweeted that at peak fear when Crypto.com was the FUD for Crypto.com was going on. He tweeted that at peak fear, guys. He was trying to see what would happen if he could knock out some competition. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, I know that's a bold claim, but that's business, and I could see why he would be doing that.
Yep, and you know what? Nothing illegal about it. It's a question of, do you like it as a crypto holder? And it's something to keep rolling around in your head, and we're going to keep up to date with this story, guys, and we're going to stay unbiased. Look, here's the truth of it. We hold a lot of CRO coins. We love CRO. But we love it for a reason, and we're going to be honest with you. We're going to tell you what we hold. Do we have BNB? Of course. We hold a little bit of BNB as well. It's a great token. How could you not? Bitcoin, Ethereum. There's a lot of good tokens out there, but we're going to keep you guys up to date with our unbiased opinion. Of course, I'm going to say that I hold a lot of CRO, so am I a little more bullish on CRO? Is there some bias there? There might be, but I'm going to come out and say it, and being straightforward with you guys, that right there shows you that I am unbiased, okay? So we want to keep these stories coming to you guys, and we don't want to censor ourselves. We want to be transparent. We want to keep up to date with all the news, and we're going to continue to do that. By the way, I got to go back over here real quick. If you guys really love the channel and you guys want to join the community, Blacksea did a great job with this. You're a fantastic partner, my brother, and I love what you did here with this channel in getting this set up for us here. Can you tell our crew here, all these crypto reporters out here, a little bit about what we're doing with the channel and the direction we're taking it with some of these membership perks?
Yeah, of course. I mean, what we really want to do is just kind of create a community, guys. We have a couple different tiers. We have supporter, and out of all these tiers with supporter, you'll be getting all those badges. So basically, next to your name, whenever you type in the channel, it will show how long you've been subscribed, and you'll have a little icon. You'll be able to use those emojis with Crypto Kip's face, which I really enjoyed creating. The sub there's a ton of sweet things you can do with them, and I put a lot of work into it, and I hope that you guys like it. You get lots of different perks. So go to the Crypto Reporter. So the Crypto Reporter will be doing member shout outs. We'll be talking about you in our channel, and we'll have priority replying to comments when we're posting in these in our videos. We'll do priority replies, and we'll also be make sure that we answer all your questions in these live stream chats. And then for Senior Reporter, we're going to have exclusive members only videos and community posts. So basically, when we have a community post, we'll be able to make a video for you guys. If you guys want us to talk about a certain project or something like that, we'll make a video for you guys to see. And now go to VIP. So VIP is very special. I mean, if you guys want to support as a VIP, we love you. We love you if you even just subscribe and like our content. We really appreciate it. But for VIP Report, we will make a dedicated video for you guys, and it could be anything you want. So that's about it.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. We're pretty excited about it, and so we'll keep it coming at you guys. But make sure you check that out as well. And we do have a Patreon as well, so we'll leave that in the description down below. A couple options for you guys if you want to join the community. Speaking of joining the community, I got a shout out from one of you crypto reporters out there in the chat, by the way. Very cool that you saw. I got a loaded lion, guys. I'm so excited. I got a loaded lion, and in case you didn't see this, there is a good opportunity here with loaded lions, not just in the regular loaded lions, but potentially with some of these special loaded lions they did for the FIFA World Cup. And what I'll also say about this is Crypto.com has done a spectacular job with this campaign. They've really thought about everything from like a fantasy soccer football draft for people that love the FIFA World Cup. They can do that on the app. From people that want NFTs, there's these loaded lion NFTs. Look at all this specific to the FIFA World Cup. This is very cool. And I got one question here for Blacksea. Blacksea, when are you getting the loaded lion, my friend?
Oh man, I've been like really diving into NFTs lately. I've been looking in the Solana ecosystem, the CRONOS ecosystem. Don't be surprised, guys. Don't be surprised if you see me with a loaded lion. And nothing like some friendly competition. Probably need to get one that's a little bit more rare than Crypto Kips. See what's going on with that.
So just so you know, Blacksea and I, we go way back, and friendly competition's the name of the game. If you got a friend and you have some friendly competition going, that is probably about the healthiest thing that could be for you. Me and him, we push each other to always push ourselves, get better at everything, get more educated in anything, make a better investment, do better research, do a better job on our channel together. It's just really good to have a team and hold each other accountable. But Blacksea, man, I'm going to I want a loaded lion with a crown. I'll tell you, if you beat me to a loaded lion with a crown, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to get one of the gold loaded lions. I'm going to have to take out $1 million loan. If I don't know who's going to get, maybe Sam Bankman-Fried. All right.
Instant snap of a finger. Oh, now we're at $1 crore. No, it's about creating a household name.
Right.
If that's achieved, I mean, think of like Apple or Microsoft, or next to Crypto.com was Budweiser. Household names. And we would love to see that happen with Crypto.com. And I think that this is how they do it. They need to spend the money marketing, and that's okay. I don't know why. There was so much FUD going around recently where people were saying, "Oh, it's a red flag if these exchanges are spending millions of dollars on marketing." I 100% completely disagree with that. Right. Disagree completely.
Yeah, I do too. I'm with you. I mean, I did some marketing. I was a marketing major, and that's what I did. And the matter of the fact is this is. Marketing does not, it's not like, oh, there's a Crypto.com ad. Now I'm going to download the app and now I'm a user. It's not like an instantaneous thing. Now, Crypto.com's slogan is the next billion users. Well, they're going to get 5 billion exposures from the Crypto.com sponsorship for this FIFA World Cup. But you're never going to get out of the 5 billion exposures, you're never going to get all 5 billion people that saw the Crypto.com name to sign up. Maybe you get 500 million, maybe. That's probably still a way over, a big overshot even. That's still probably way more than they'll actually get. they'll probably get a couple 100 million. But keep in mind, how many users does Crypto.com have right now? 70 million users. So if they can get 70 million users from 5 billion people getting exposed to this content, to this exchange on this content and these photos on Twitter, and with all the events happening with the FIFA World Cup, then they're going to double in size very quickly. And again, it's never going to be like, oh, I see an ad, so I download the app overnight. It's going to be like, I see an ad here, I tune into CNBC, I see an ad on CNBC, I'm at a bus stop, I see an ad on the bus stop. Oh, the bull markets. This is where it's really going to happen, Blacksea, and I want you'll agree with me here. When the bull market comes, people are going to get exposed to Crypto.com name right now. But when the bull market comes, that's when you're going to see how effective the marketing campaign is. Not right now, not during a bear market, because even true crypto folks are giving up on crypto. Not us here at the Crypto Report. We won't give up. We believe in crypto. We believe in Crypto.com. We believe in Bitcoin, Ethereum. We believe in these strong projects, these good ones that have been here, will be here for the future. But in a bear market, everybody gives up on crypto. So if you're getting exposed to a crypto ad and you don't believe in crypto, but one day you might, when that day comes and you do believe in crypto, 2, 3, 5 years from now, maybe regulation comes across and mainstream crypto adoption is bigger than it's ever been, Crypto.com might be the app that you actually check out. And it might be on account of FOMO in a bull market. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I want to say, we might not be seeing a huge spike in price after this FIFA World Cup right here, but I'll jokingly say, so say somebody's sitting there right now and they go, oh, Crypto.com, oh man, crypto's tanked so much. Well, I'll give a friendly nudge and say, all right, I'll see you when Bitcoin's at 30K.
Yeah.
As simple as that. As simple as that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, you sit out, I'll buy all the coins you're missing out on, and I'll meet you at 40K Bitcoin. and then you'll be asking me, should I buy? And I'll say, you should have bought $30,000 ago. Like, that's always how it goes. And you know what? Everybody has to learn. Blacksea and I, you tell them what you want, Blacksea, but we have had our share of mistakes in crypto. We have succeeded in crypto. We have failed in crypto. Overall, we're very successful with our crypto, which is why we wanted to bring this channel to the team, to the crypto reporters out there, and present, all the stories that we see and what we think about crypto. But you've got to go through the fire. It's trial by fire, folks, but we want to keep everybody safe. And so, again, we'll stay unbiased. We'll tell you how to stay as safe as you can based on our experience. This isn't financial advice, but we won't stop, guys. And I just don't want people to make the mistake of that I've even made in the past, which is in a bear market, not buying as much as you should have. The bear market is when you should be FOMOing in a bear market, really, as opposed to FOMOing in a bull market. Because when you FOMO in a bull market, you're buying the top and then it's going to crash and you're going to be broke for 4 years. If you FOMO in a bull market, well, then you're simply just buying the dip. It's not really FOMO at all. In fact, you're doing exactly what you should have been. And the same goes with traditional stocks too. If the market's tumbling and the S&P 500 is falling down, that's when I want to buy. How about you?
I mean, yeah, it's a lot easier said than done. But I will say that overall, the best way to win over a long period of time is to be dollar cost averaging throughout the ups and downs. I mean, and that's what every beginner should start off with, in my opinion. But eventually, you can work your way up to how much are you dollar cost averaging in? Say when the S&P 500 drops down, instead of that $100 a week, you make it $200 a week.
Yeah.
Or say when the S&P 500 goes up 10% in a few days, well, maybe you're only gonna do $100 a week, or maybe $50 a week. But I would say to any beginner, you should start off with a set number. No matter the price, you buy at the same time each week, each month, each day, whatever it is, and you just follow your strategy. You don't let emotions waver.
Yep. And by the way, I got to shout out somebody in the chat. Emery Allen, thanks for joining us, brother. I shout out to Emery. I think he's been with us since like day one. I've seen him in the chats. We talk in the chats all the time. Guys, if you want to be a part of this crypto reporter community, please leave us some comments down below. We will constantly talk with you guys. We really want to create, a back and forth. We are a team. This is the Crow fam, folks, and we love all things crypto. We're not just CRONOS. We love CRONOS, but we do want to continue to make sure that we're bringing all the FUD to rest that is undeserved for good projects like Crypto.com and building a community. So Emery Allen, shout out to you. What up? I see you in the chat. And KVI Beats, I see you as well, brother. You're asking, why are we talking about CRO Coin breaking out, but it's not? Good question. Good question indeed. I want to talk a little bit about that right now. That was exactly what we had queued up next. Now, earlier today, Blacksea, you did a fantastic video, guys. Blacksea did a great video this morning talking about some technical analysis. In case you didn't know, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the news. Of course, we both will. And Blacksea talks a little bit more about TA, but we're going to do these collaborations with each other where we do these live streams from time to time. Eventually, maybe every day we'll get there, folks. Bear with us. But he did some fantastic TA. And now, KVI Beats, you're asking why is CRO Coin breaking out in the title? Because we do believe that there could be a breakout coming. Now, I'm not saying it's definitely going to go up here in the short term, and we're not saying that it's going to go down. It could be either way. But this was kind of a snippet from the video earlier, and what Blacksea did is he drew a couple things here. Why don't you walk us through what you were explaining a little bit from this video this morning?
Yeah, sure. So basically, you're looking at the two blue lines, and those are kind of the trading channel we've broken down into. The bottom of the trading line is basically when the peak fear of Crypto.com was about the 5.5 cent range, and the top line is about the 10 cent range, which is the resistance. So the 5.5 cents is the support, and the top is the resistance, the line that's about 10 cents. And inside this asymmetrical triangle we have built out here, you basically see that we're consolidating and we're getting to the tip. And once we break out of that, we could have a measured move up to the top of this channel, or we could have it off the bottom of the channel, or we could bounce. But most of the basically what we're going to have is when we do break out, we're going to be finding our way to either the top of this channel or the bottom of this channel. So just keep that in mind. There will be a breakout. And like I said earlier on in the live stream, that I think that we're likely to see that happening towards the end of the month once we have a monthly candle close.
Yep. No, that's a great point. The monthly candle closes usually bring a lot of volatility from what we've seen. If you guys want to make a trade, by the way, and trade some of that volatility, if you're a bull, if you're a bear, and you want to make a trade, either way, we do have a link in the description down below. When you sign up for FEMAX, you can get some free money when you deposit and create an account there. So we'll keep you up to date with some of these moves that we see coming, whether it's CRO, whether it's Bitcoin. But I do think in the end, this is a very short-term call. So we're saying CRO Coin breaking out. It's a short-term play. I mean, eventually, of course, I really feel confident that we'll get back to $1. Anything could happen, but $1 seems easy. It seems like a slam dunk to me. But we're talking about a short-term move back up, looking at this trading channel to 10 cents for now. And we're going to have to keep an eye on Bitcoin. The FOMC meeting's coming out like we talked about. We're going to have to see what the Fed says. We're going to have to keep up to date with some of that. And some of this. The U.S. Congress is starting to question this whole crypto thing. Guys, this is coming whether we like it or not, but honestly, I like it because at the end of the day, they're going to have to get over it. They're going to have to figure out crypto's coming one way or another. And CZ says that exact thing here. Binance CEO, most governments understand crypto adoption will happen regardless. It's a fact. So the fear's out for the governments because of centralized banks and centralized currencies. There's been a lot of talks about CBDCs. Blacksea, what are your thoughts? I mean, what is going to happen with regulation? Is it going to crush crypto? Is it going to bring mainstream adoption? Is it good? Is it bad?
I think overall, we need regulation.
Yeah.
Do I think we need strict regulation? No, I don't. But if we really want to see some when I say mass adoption, I mean 80%, 90% of the world using blockchain technology. If you want to see like how everyone uses the internet, you want to see those type of numbers, we really do need regulation. And it may stunt the growth in the beginning. It may scare some people, but you can't ban Bitcoin. It's decentralized. You can't just get rid of blockchain technology. It's the cutting edge of technology, guys. I think it's bullish. I think
Yep.
it's bullish for the overall crypto space.
I
It's
really
just
do too.
time will tell. Time will tell for how long it will take for regulation in the first place to be implemented, and in the second place for how long it will take before we have a big move based on regulation.
Yep. No, well said. I'm really with you on that one. And this brings me to the other point. Right now, all the fears out there, it's a bear market and crypto regulation still in its infancy. I have a friend, his name's Mark. Shout out to Uncle Mark. We talked on the phone a while ago, and he's very new to the crypto space, but immediately he latched onto this, and it was very impressive to see because this is something that a lot of people aren't thinking about, which is when this crypto regulation comes, it's basically going to be the buy sign from the government. So are you going to, this is like the Oregon Trail, this is a big land grab. Are you going to be the first to get to the West Coast to grab that land before everybody does? Because the government then says, come on over, crypto's okay, the water's warm, it's wonderful. Or are you going to jump in the pool when it's cold and uncomfortable? Obviously, you're going to be safe. We don't want you to get hypothermia. Don't invest in some of these pump and dump coins, guys. Be careful out there. But the first to get to the party are going to be the people that make the most money when crypto adoption goes mainstream. We are waiting on a green light from the government, guys. A shout out to Reggie. Everyone in this chat would be rich with it, and that's why they are holding back. They're going to come out, Reggie, with crypto adoption. It will happen. Regulation will come. We just got to give it some time. We'll keep you up to date as more stories come out. But guys, I want to show you the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. Fear and Greed Index is actually very, very fearful. Yesterday, it was a little more fearful, but Blacksea, you think we're going to get some more fear here? Do you like where we're at? You think there's more room for fear coming up, more buying opportunities, or is the bottom in?
I would have definitely liked to see the fear reach a higher level. I would have liked to see it reach more of like a single digit when we had the capitulation from FTX. But that being said, I think that we don't necessarily need that. I think the fear is going to be less and less effective the longer we see the crypto space develop. And the more that it gets adopted, I think the people will be more open to the idea. I mean, back in 2017 and 2018 when the market crashed and our fear level was at about a 9 at the capitulation, the bottom, I mean, everyone thought it was dead. Everyone thought that crypto was gone, that it was a fad and it was gone.
Blacksea.
Except for a very few people.
Blacksea. How many times has crypto died?
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm seeing here when I see that we're at 26 and we only reached about a 22 at the peak fear this cycle, I'm thinking, well, you know what? Maybe 22 is the new 9,
22 is the new 9. You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll keep you posted as it plays out. But one thing's for sure. I mean, even if we go down from here, I mean, we're looking at, I mean, people are saying 10K, 12K Bitcoin, 50% worst case scenario versus at the peak of a bull market, you're looking at a 90% crash potential from peak prices. So, the theory is, and we talk about it every day here at the Crypto Report. I say it at the end of every single one of my videos, which is DCA, HODL, and of course, we'll see you in the next one, but we're not done here yet, guys. But DCA and HODL, you dollar cost average, like Blacksea said earlier, $100 a week, $200 a week, whatever you can afford. Do your research, invest more than you're not willing, don't invest more than you're willing to lose. And keep an eye on this fear and greed index, guys, because the more red there is, the more fear, the better price you're getting. And I think we still have some potential to get some good prices here. But bottom's coming close, guys. Bottom's coming close. I want to show this with you guys as well. Looking at November, we were expecting a bullish November and December. Now, Blacksea, looking at some of these Bitcoin monthly returns month over month, you can see 2022, you can see all this over here, 2021, you can see November. So far, we've had a 20% retracement, 20% crash. December, are you feeling bullish? Are you feeling bearish? Is there more sideways action, or does it depend on an FOMC, announcement, right? Rate hikes. What do you think?
I think that it heavily relies on where where the Federal Reserve stands. I really believe that. I
Yeah.
think that if they're neutral, it'll be bullish. I think as long as they're not hawkish, that it's going to be bullish for risk on assets. I mean, I really think that people want to be investing in risk on assets right now, especially the majority of retail investors, because, there's just more upside. And it's, to be honest, I don't really like saying it because it's a little risky, but it's risk assets and it's more fun. It's fun to see your investment go up 10% in a day. It's
Yep.
not so fun to watch your S&P 500 investment go up 2% in a month.
Yep.
It's an interesting thing. It's a very interesting thing. But I think that December heavily relies on the Federal Reserve. But that being said, if they are hawkish, I don't see it being a big green month. I think it'll be more of a neutral month.
Yeah, no, well said. I want it to be. Stan Cloudy, I see you, brother. You're bullish. I'm with you. I'm bullish on crypto in the long term. Here in the short term, I'm just gonna keep buying because I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But I do want a bullish, December. We didn't talk about it yet, but the December Santa rally, people talk about it. It could be coming. I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic. I feel pretty good. Now, guys, that's all the news we have for you, but I want to do a little bit of a Q&A session. Please leave some comments in the chat. Ask us a couple questions to wrap up the stream here. If you want to do a super chat, that would be greatly appreciated. We love that as well. But now's your chance to ask us any questions at the top of your mind. Doesn't have to be CRONOS specific. Could be Bitcoin, could be Ethereum, could be tectonic. I'm going to go back in the chat here and look at a couple points here. So I'm going to start with Stan Cloudy. Stan, you had a comment here. Crypto has shown the ability to gross a $3 trillion market. Absolutely, brother. Great call. Even though it lost it, it's still achievable. That amount of money in crypto won't be banned, but it needs to be regulated. That's a good point. It's exactly what we're saying. And on that point, you think about it this way. Now, I like to compare Bitcoin to gold. And Bitcoin is about a $400 billion market cap right now. Probably actually a little bit less right now. I think it's 300 billion or so because the whole market cap's 800 billion. I think it's got about a 40% dominance right now. So something around there. When you look at Bitcoin compared to gold, and a lot of people, including myself, like to compare Bitcoin to gold, and a lot of people believe that Bitcoin's better than gold, myself included. Now, people like Peter Schiff don't agree with that. But let's just look at the market cap of gold, which is $12 trillion. Now, we know crypto, and thanks, Stan Cloudy, for calling this out. You brought me to this point, had a $3 trillion market cap. But gold, which is one asset, it's been around for thousands of years, we have to acknowledge that, has a $12 trillion market cap. And if Bitcoin alone is better than gold, and it makes up 40% of the market, if one day Bitcoin's bigger than gold, then you're talking about a $20+ trillion market cap for crypto. And at that point, what, a $10, $30 CRO Coin, as long as crypto.com's still around? Guys, it's really cool. It's really cool to think about, and it's a great point. Stan, thanks for putting that in the comments. Say Crypto. Hey, Blacksea, this one's for you, brother. Say Crypto asks, what NFTs are you looking into? Not just loaded lions. I know you've been diving into. Tell the team, tell the squad here, this crypto reporters, what you've been looking into.
So I've been kind of looking into the Solana ecosystem because I think there's a lot of opportunity there. And I said in one of my previous videos that if CRONOS could replicate a fraction of the NFT space that Solana has, I think it would propel Crypto.com so far forward. It would be incredible, especially how Solana is so just beaten up right now since they are connected with FTX. I mean, when I say connected, it's just because one of the companies owns a large amount of Solana. But really, I'm looking at a lot of things. I just minted these NFTs called Claynosaurs the other day, which was very, very a hyped project. And
I'm so jealous.
Tomorrow. Yeah, I'm very, very excited to see what I got a couple of them. I actually got the whitelist. It was really awesome. I'm really curious to see what they are. I'm super excited. But other than that, I like a lot of the blue chips. I like the D Gods. I like the Solana Monkey business. And obviously I like loaded lions, but we'll see. I'm gonna be very sneaky about which loaded lions I'm picking up. You just have to pay close attention to my profile picture on Twitter and see what tends to pop up there from time to time.
I'm gonna keep a close eye. Again, we got some friendly competition. You can't get a better loaded lion than me, man. I'm gonna have to get one of these crowns. By the way, though, I will show. Speaking of loaded lions, I want to show my loaded lion really quickly to the team. And Blacksea, you brother are the one that got me into the loaded lions. I got pretty excited about NFTs on account of you. The Claynosaurs are really cool too. They look like a Pixar-like thing, but this was the loaded lion that I got. But it's great question too. What are you looking at outside of loaded lions? Look, it doesn't have to just be CRONOS. There's so many different projects you can get out there, but Claynosaurs are really cool. The D-Gods are really cool. Again, Solana, a little bit up in the air, but that brings a great buying opportunity for anybody buying Solana, buying any Solana NFTs potentially, right? A little less downside maybe for them right now because they've come down so far potentially. But in the CRONOS ecosystem, I've been looking at some of these other ones too, like some of these CRONOS apes. The CRONOS chimps are kind of cool. I was also looking at there's basically like baby crypto.com lions, baby loaded lions, which are cool. The big reason that I got a loaded lion though, and I might want to consider getting some of these other CRONOS critters, if you will, is because they're coming out with these NFTs. They're coming out with some land, folks. So that is something that they're going to be doing. And you got to keep an eye out for this because it could be really big. And I think if you have an NFT in the crypto.com ecosystem, that you really could have a great opportunity to get a discount on that land when it launches, potentially. So we'll have to see what goes on with that, guys. We'll keep you posted there. We'll keep you posted on that. Any other questions, folks? I'm going to look here in the chat. You see anything in the chat, Blacksea?
Yeah, someone's asking about bullish on gaming projects. I actually looked into Gala a while ago, and this is from Foishel Baksh. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I looked into Gala Games a while ago, and I think it's really intriguing. It's really intriguing to see a big company come out with projects on the blockchain. And I looked into getting the Gala nodes back when they first came out, and I'll say that I've been very successful in the crypto space, getting good projects and making good investments, but that's the one I missed. I really missed buying a node when they first came out. It was extremely, extremely lucrative, and I'm really excited to see what happens with Gala. I know they get a lot of FUD here and there because basically from their users when they adjust how much money you make from the Gala nodes, but I would love to keep looking into. I'm going to keep a close eye in the next bull market when it comes to Gala.
Absolutely. I think it's a great point. Shout out to Satoshi Aoki, by the way. Talks a lot about Gala Games. Got to give him a shout out. We did a collab with him the other day. If you didn't check that out, make sure you do. We're going to do a lot of collabs. So if you know some other YouTubers out there that you want us to have a discussion with, be a part of the crypto community, then please let us know. We'll reach out to them, have them reach out to us. We'd love to collaborate with other influencers in the space. We love crypto. Now, I'm showing you guys my Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter as well as Blacksea. We're going to keep you guys up to date with all of our moves in crypto, all of our opinions on everything crypto.com, crypto overall. Guys, this was our first live stream ever. If you guys have not ever tuned into the channel before, thanks for joining us here today. Really good to have you guys with us. Blacksea, you got any parting words for this crypto community over here?
Yeah, I'll say thank you so much, guys, for watching. This was our first live stream. Super hyped to do more and bring you guys like NFT alpha and just kind of what's going on with crypto.com and crypto as a whole. Super excited, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a like, subscribe. Thank you.
That's all we got, guys. I'm Crypto Kip, and we got Blacksea here. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget, guys, you got to remember to DCA HODL.